Today, we're going to talk about the coronavirus, how you can keep yourself healthy, your family healthy, and how we can end this together. So let's talk about that. Mandy here from createyourfuture.co. So today I want to talk about a really a big subject that's going on in the world right now, which is the coronavirus. And I just want to touch on some subjects of how you can keep yourself healthy and safe, as well as your family, and what we can do together to actually stop this virus from getting out of control, and what we can do to restore everybody in the world being healthy and safe, and being able to go about their normal lives and enjoying themselves. Okay. A really big part of this is relieving fear. And because what we're scared of is actually, and what we're scared of, and if we're in fear of something, whatever we're focusing on, we're going to create more of it. So the whole intention of this video is to help you guys to shift focus of maybe being scared or worried or anything like that into a mindset of focusing on the solution that we want. Okay. So I'm actually going to walk you guys through some of what I do when I deal with something like this. Okay. So the first thing is we take a look at the situation, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, there's a virus out there. I honestly just went to the grocery store and there was like barely any food in them. So that's the problem for me, is that, people are getting sick at, alarming rate, as far as the news is saying. People are stocking up, people are being quarantined. It looks like there's no abundance. There's the fear of missing out going on. It's kind of crazy in some areas, right? So what do I want? Okay, so I definitely don't want to focus on that I've acknowledged that it's happening. Okay, so what I actually do want is, I intend for this virus to be stopped and eradicated, and for everybody to be healthy and everybody to make it through this. I intend, that they basically create a vaccine for this coronavirus, and they speed it through clinical testing, okay, in a safe way for humans, okay? I also intend that they come up with a treatment for this ASAP. And I also intend that every organization in the world works together to come up with a treatment for this virus, so everybody's life is saved. And I intend for this to be done as soon as humanly possible. I also intend that abundance is restored to the grocery stores, and I intend that everybody feels safe and comfortable. And I also intend that everybody see that being quarantined is actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing, because if everybody stays home when they don't feel good, or they limit their exposure to people, then we actually stop the virus from spreading. Okay. So those are some of the intentions and what I'm focusing on to create. Okay. Now, one of the things is we may be scared for our friends and family, especially elderly people or people that may have compromised immune systems. Okay. So, and we may be worried about ourselves getting sick. So, the first thing I want to say to address that is we're creators and we're powerful. Our subconscious minds can heal us. So one thing that I would like to point out is I highly recommend this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Okay. And this book, it talks about how we can heal ourselves with our mind. I have healed myself with my mind many, many times, as you have. I'm sure I know a lot of you guys out there have been around somebody that's sneezing and coughing and has a cold, and you think, oh, I'm going to catch it. But then you're like, no, I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to catch it. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be healthy. And then you dodge a bullet and you completely be healthy. Or I even know a lot of you guys have done this as well, where you've caught something, and you keep saying, it's just 24 hours, it's going to pass, it's going to pass. And then all of a sudden the next day you wake up and you're fine. I know each and every one of you guys have actually cured yourself with your mind at some point. How do I know? Because the doctor only dresses the wound, your mind actually heals it. Okay. And again, you guys, really good read this book. I'm not going to get into entirely how it works, but you want to be, this book is amazing. So read this if you want to know how that works. So each and every one of you guys can heal yourselves with your mind. Okay. So I've been saying things like I'm immune to the virus, and, basically, I've already got antibodies for the virus in my body, and my immune system is strong. It fights off anything that comes near me. And every day I've been waking up and saying, I feel great. I feel even better than I did the day before, etc., etc. Okay. Now, your friends and family, how do you make sure that they're safe? Okay. Well, your thoughts create, and everybody is you pushed out. This is your reality. Okay. So what you would want to do for your friends and family is intend that they are safe, that they are healthy, that they, they stay in perfect health throughout this whole entire thing. Okay. And that this whole entire, thing, this pandemic goes away and everything goes back to normal and the virus is eradicated, if not, under control. Okay. So those are some of the things that, that we want to focus on when it comes to, like basically mentally battling this virus, right? Because this is your reality and everyone is you pushed out. So, to actually get through this and to unmanifest this, okay, or uncreate it. It's not about uncreating it. It's about focusing on what you want, and then automatically this is going to go away. So if we start focusing on, the medical system is advanced enough that, medical research is advanced enough that they are able to, kill viruses and to stop viruses from spreading. And in fact, I intend that they have new technology and they are able to do that. Okay. So we want to focus on all viruses, never being a threat to human health, and that, our medical system is, good enough, or medical, research is good enough to actually eradicate it. I intended the other day, actually, that there was going to be a vaccine for the coronavirus. And all of a sudden I was watching TV one day and I saw this program, it was just a couple days ago, and it was talking about the coronavirus. So I clicked on it. And you know what, sure enough, I can't remember where it was, but they had actually come up with a vaccine for the coronavirus within 3 hours. And apparently this lab got the DNA strain of the coronavirus from the Chinese research people, and they sent it over to them. And within 3 hours, they had a vaccine, and now they're already on to clinical trials. And then, of course, the funny thing is Andrew says to me, he's like, wow, he's like, because he was watching the show with me, he goes, clinical trials. He's like, do you know how long those take? Those could take years. And I was like, we don't have years. I was like, I intend for them to get through the clinical trials quickly and safely, and to put that vaccine into effect, and at the same time create a treatment to stop this, right? So yeah, I mean, basically, right now, guys, you know what, no matter what's going on, whether it's quarantine, restaurants closing, bars closing, having to stay in your house, look at it all as a bridge of events and make the assumption that this is going to be what helps us to get past this virus and stop this virus from actually spreading. And this is what we need to, get through this. Now, I mean, in all honesty, this isn't the first time that, there's been a virus pandemic in the world, right? So some people have asked me, how is this created? How have I created this? Well, the way that this is created is in a very general way. Okay. We have an agreement reality, a very general belief that viruses exist. And if you take a look through history, there's been things like Spanish flu, H1N1, SARS, the whole works, where they've spread between people before. So how did this get created? Well, somehow it came up and boom, here it is. Now, I mean, what specific thought was it? I don't know. But generally, we have a belief about viruses. Generally, we know they exist. So that's how they get created. So at this point, right, if you believe that in your reality, you can say, look, I intend that viruses are completely eradicated. I don't care how it happens. It's just going to happen. Great, then definitely make that intention. Actually, I believe that. I'm making that intention but my intention is that medical science is going to basically be able to kill every virus known to man out there, and it's never going to affect us again. Like, that is totally my intention. Okay. But so what I'm saying is that's how it was created generally, but let's not focus on how it was created. It's already been there. Let's start focusing on what we're going to do to actually get past this and prevent it from going forward and going forward and going forward. Okay. So you know what, guys, I intend that this helps you guys to, really alleviate the fear with those mental diets, guys. Let's focus on the solution. And the solution is, medical science coming up with a treatment, basically slowing the spread of this and stopping the virus and coming up with a vaccine. And not only that, the medical research having a huge breakthrough where they're able to actually kill and eradicate all viruses, no matter when they crop up in our lives, right? And yeah, start intending that you're safe, your friends and family are safe. And, you know, if you're creating enough thoughts to create a feeling of fear and anxiety in you over this, then you really need to get on top of your thoughts, because what you focus on is what you're creating. And if you have enough thoughts to manifest feelings of anxiety and fear, they've got to be shifted into focusing on thoughts that make you feel good. It makes me feel really good to intend work here and to intend that everybody is going to be okay and this is going to be stopped. You know, at first I looked at these quarantines as something scary. I was like, oh no, oh no. But actually now I've looked at it and I'm like, you know what? It's actually kind of good that they're quarantining people, because that way we're not spreading it with each other. And you know what? This means that this is what it's going to take to actually get past this. And it's going to be over soon and everyone's going to be okay. You know, so let's keep focusing on, you know, creating that everything that we're doing now is assuming that it's going to be for the good of, you know, our health and to get this over with quickly. So I intend that everything restores back to normal, you know, ASAP, right? Like it can happen and it can happen now and it is going to happen. And, you know, let's all focus on that together, focus on a treatment and a vaccine and, you know, the breakthroughs in the medical community, the medical research, that we need to make this happen and that it is going to happen as soon as possible. And yeah, it's going to be over soon. Anyways, thank you guys for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are all amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.